Gonna keep this short and sweet. I recommend neither of these two platforms. Let me rephrase it in case some of you don't know the meaning of neither. I don't recommend Cambly. I don't recommend Lingoda either. Listen to me carefully. Paying for speaking is like paying for sex. And how do I know that? Because it's on the cover of my book, Virtually Native. Here, remember that the next time you think about paying for speaking. Pay to speak. People who pay to speak are either delusional or lonely. Remember that too. And so, that was the first part of this video. I don't recommend either of these two platforms. But if you still feel lonely or delusional, then the clear winner between the two platforms is Cambly. Hands down, Cambly. And that will be the second part of this video. In fact, Lingoda only gets 1 point for it wastes people's time not only in English, but in 3 more languages: German, French, Spanish, and this nonsense called Business English. Cambly, on the other hand, is just for English. But there is a but. Even though Cambly is for loners who want to pay to speak English, there is a way for other delusional people to pay to speak other languages too. There are a lot of so-called tutors who speak other languages, and so I think there'll be no problem to pay to speak French, Russian, Japanese, or any other language for that matter. But I'll give Lingoda 1 point for the choice of languages to pay for. And the rest is all downhill for Lingoda. It's Cambly all the way. A quick message from our sponsor, my book Virtually Native. Paying for speaking is like paying for sex. Moving on. Who provides better value for money, if you know what I mean? It's worth noting that Lingoda offers group sessions as well as one-on-one sessions, whereas Cambly only offers one-on-one attention. Okay, let's look at their price lists. Lingoda, one-on-one. Let's switch to USD. As you can see, you have a choice between 4, 12, 20 or 40 classes a month. One Lingoda class is 1 hour, no other options, which is a huge negative for me. You can also see that paying to speak German is more expensive than paying to speak English, French or Spanish. Actually, paying to speak this nonsense called Business English is the most expensive way to waste 1 hour. But let's go back to English so we can compare it to Cambly. Prices are in yen because I live in Japan, even though I'm using incognito mode, but anyway, we'll convert it to USD. As you can see, with Cambly you have so many options to waste your time. You can choose between 15-minute, 30-minute and 1 hour lessons. That's a huge plus, and Cambly gets its first point. Not to mention you can also choose between 1, 3, 5 or 7 days per week. Now, since Lingoda only offers 1 hour lessons, we need to choose the same at Cambly, which is something I'll never recommend. Remember, paying for speaking is like paying for sex, and 1 hour is not what you want, for you only get one shot, one opportunity. What a great song. 1 hour chat once a week, which is 4 times a month, is about yen, which at the current exchange rate is $72 US. Or $18 per chat. The same nonsense over at Lingoda is 139 USD, $35 a class, double that of Cambly. Boom, another point for Cambly. 2 points actually, for being twice as cheap. Just a quick reminder from our sponsor. Paying for speaking is like paying for sex. Moving on. Convenience and availability of booking babysitters, teachers, tutors. Cambly is the clear winner here as well. Cambly is super flexible in terms of time slots and tutors. Each tutor puts in a schedule and you can choose and book at your convenience. Not the case with Lingoda. You can't really choose a teacher here. They have some kind of teacher rotation as well as a very rigid schedule in terms of available classes and time slots. Yet another point for Cambly. Which reminds me that people who pay for speaking are either delusional or lonely. I just want you to appreciate my effort to evaluate two services designed for delusional and lonely people. Just take a second and give this video a like of appreciation. You also need to appreciate how Cambly recruits its tutors. Get paid to chat with people from around the world. Look at how happy the dude in the photo is. He's getting paid $10 an hour to chat with people. I used to be him, by the way. You may call me cynical, but trust me, I know what I'm talking about. No teaching certificate, bachelor's degree, or prior teaching experience needed. Brilliant, just brilliant. Which does not mean that they are worse than Lingoda's teachers. No, not at all. What I like about Cambly, never forgetting that paying for speaking is like paying for sex, is that Cambly gives you the option to search for tutors based on keywords like linguistics, CELTA, PhD, karate, cooking, as well as languages. Each tutor has a bio page as well as a short video introduction and a lot more. Really cool. Another point for Cambly. And yet another friendly reminder from the sponsor of this video that paying for speaking is like paying for sex. Or even more pathetic. Just think about it. Pay to speak. Take a few seconds and reflect on the idea of paying to speak. And also on the idea that there are people out there who would listen to you. Listen to you. As long as they get paid, of course. Moving on. Next is user experience in terms of video conferencing software. Lingoda uses Zoom, which you need to download as well as tweak a bit to make it work, whereas Cambly's video conferencing tool is in the browser, Chrome browser. Nothing to download or install, and works just as well as Zoom. But much more than that, Cambly automatically records every conversation and makes it available for download. Not the case with Lingoda. Boom, another point for Cambly. The option to download and watch your pathetic conversation, for which you paid, does warrant a point. You can upload it on YouTube and let even more pathetic people watch your paid conversations. And the last point of comparison is the free trials. Lingoda gives you a choice between 3 one-hour group classes or 1 one-hour individual class. Cambly gives you 10 minutes for free, provided you use my promo code, which is available in the description below. Lingoda wins the battle of the freebies, but only gets half a point. Actually, no point at all. So there you have it. People who pay to speak are either delusional or lonely. And the clear winner is Cambly, with a grand total of 6 points versus 1 for Lingoda. Paying for speaking is like paying for sex, which are the final words from our sponsor, my book Virtually Native, which is available on Amazon and virtuallynative.com. You have one life. Don't waste it.